Miss Walker. Miss Walker. Miss Walker. Are you all right? May we continue?
Yes.
If you need a moment.
No, I'm okay.
Look, I know this is a difficult time for you right now,
Sure.
but we, at the firm, we want you to know that we're on your side.
Thank you.
So it says here, Ms. Walker, you were under the care of Beverly between the ages of 6 going on to you were 13. But it doesn't say anything in terms of relocation afterwards.
Foster care.
Foster care, can you be more specific?
The Johnsons in the suburbs, Marion Edgar, till I was 18.
Okay, and how about your sister Beverly?
The same?
With the Johnsons, Mary and Edgar?
No. I don't know.
Did they separate you?
Yes.
So who did she stay with?
Some old couple down south. I don't know their name. She moved around a lot after that, if I can remember.
And when was the first time you heard the name of Owen Byrne?
I never met him.
She never spoke with him.
We never spoke.
How much exactly do you know about Beverly's living situation with Mr. Byrne?
As much as I've been told.
Look, Ms. Walker, if you intend to take this to court,
I haven't made a decision yet.
if you do intend to take this to court, you have the right, no, you have the obligation to know all the details of this case.
I haven't made a decision yet.
Can you tell me the last time you saw your sister?
I don't remember.
Can you give me a ballpark?
I don't remember.
Try.
When she was 16.
She was 16. Now we're getting somewhere. And she was 16, so that would have made you
14.
14. All right. And did she exhibit any signs of suicidal behavior while you were under her care? I'll repeat my question.
Sir, who exactly is on trial here? My sister or the man who killed her?
Look, Ms. Walker, no one is on trial right now, okay? We just need to gather all the necessary information to decide whether or not it would be advisable to proceed.
Let me repeat my question. Who is on trial here? Sir.
Ms. Walker, please understand that we are on your side. All right, we want justice for Beverly just as much as you do. But as of right now, Beverly's death has been ruled a suicide. And it is my job as a lawyer to maintain a realistic perspective on how this looks, not to the people, but in the court of law.
Is there a difference?
Yes. Yes, there is, Ms. Walker. Are you okay, Ms. Walker?
Yeah, fine. God, it's hot in here or something.
Do you want me to get you a glass of water?
Glass of water. Turn on the fucking AC!
Ms. Walker.
Did you hear that?
Sorry?
Did you hear that just now? Forget it. God, I feel like I'm losing it.
That's what I've been trying to tell you. Okay, now I advise you, if you move forward.
I still haven't made a decision.
But if you do. Look, Ms. Walker, I know you're grieving right now. Please, continue to grieve in peace. But if you decide to take this to court, you will not have a moment's peace. Okay? It will get ugly, mark my words. They will tear your sister to bits. They will pick apart her character. They will do everything they can to create this narrative of an unhinged, unstable girl who just couldn't take it anymore and decided to take her own life. And there will be no doubt it was a suicide, if not
for Owen.
A lover's quarrel turned violent is a much harder narrative to sell.
What about the shouts the neighbors heard, the screams? I read the police report.
As did I. Miss Walker, your sister left a note.
Dear cruel world, what a time to be a girl. Blah, 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 blah.
My firm and I, we're in the business of serving justice. And once again, part of my job is to maintain a realistic perspective on what can be feasibly accomplished within the parameters of the law.
Yep. Yeah, blah, 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 reverse bullshit.
Look, this may not necessarily be the best course of action for this particular tragedy, but it does not diminish the weight of its impact. Miss Walker.
Geez, Sam, say something. Yes. Right, Owen. There must be something we can get him for. Aggravated assault. Domestic violence. Possession of a gun.
Well, technically, the firearm was purchased legally by Beverly 3 months prior. The license is under her name.
I just don't understand how someone could grant her a license when she was so clearly a danger to herself.
That is an entirely different fight, Miss Walker. You cannot wage war against everyone. You're a lawyer, are you not?
I'm in finance now.
Look, I know your work, and I admire your work. All right, and we both sat in this very same seat. And you loved your sister, that much is clearly evident. But you haven't seen her in a great many of years.
I wonder how many times a week he does the same on stage.
She exhibited self-destructive behavior.
Like if he does it during the dry months.
She's not the same girl you're thinking about now. You probably wouldn't even recognize her.
Like in the mirror to himself, teeth fresh.
Look, I know this isn't a comforting thing to hear,
Ah, genuine.
but I am just trying to provide realistic counsel. Now, moving forward,
We're the same, you know.
the same.
You talk as if you know me, as if you know Bev, but what you don't know, what you wouldn't think to know, is that we are the same. Exactly the same, except one of us is sitting before you now, and the other was shot dead in her own home by someone who she thought loved her.
What have you got to say to that, lawyer man, huh?
Speak!
Excuse me one moment.
Beverly.
What gives?
Me!
Yeah, you.
I don't know what to do, Bev.
Tough luck, Melon.
What happened to you? Did you really pull the trigger?
Beats me. I'm only 16. That's how you remember me, right? Lean, mean, good for nothing, 16-year-old who can't even boil water without doing something wrong. Toughen up, kid. You think you're really hard? Well, I was a kid too. And you know, but I think you're a coward. I think you're a coward and a liar too.
Stop.
Because this wasn't the last time we saw each other, was it?
Stop it, Bev.
Hey, when was the last time we saw each other again?
When you were 16 and I was 14. You were 16 and I was 14. You were 16, I was 14.
Lie,
Separate
lie,
us.
lie,
That was
lie.
the last time we saw!
That was the police station. They just released on the
Oh, shit. We can't keep him?
insufficient evidence.
The neighbors heard screaming.
Only some of them did. The others heard the gunshot. Variable witness reports.
And the fingerprints on the gun.
The fingerprints on the firearm found at the crime scene were identified to be that of Mr. Owen Byrne and the late Miss Beverly Walker. Miss Walker,
Do you have any siblings, sir? Brothers and sisters?
I have a brother, yes.
Older or younger?
He's older.
And you're close?
No, not particularly.
So that's it then. Owen goes free.
Not necessarily. Well, there are local organizations that I can direct you to. Those who specialize in aiding families of victims of gun violence.
I don't want your resources. I want my sister back. Can you do that for me?
Miss Walker, please understand what will and will not hold up in a court of law. You were a lawyer, and you know just as well as I do that we cannot feasibly win this case.
So we do nothing.
We do what we can.
And what's that?
We cut our losses. We get compensation. We grieve. We move on.
Fuck you!
Look, it doesn't matter if some deranged gunman broke into her home, or if the gun went off accidentally, or if it was the abusive boyfriend after all. The revolver was under her name.
With both of their fingerprints, and yet she's dead and he goes free?
Miss Walker, do you know how many killers go uncaught all the time? Hundreds, thousands. You probably pass one every single day. Sometimes, a lot of the times, people do not get the justice that they deserve.
That was such bullshit.
It is what it is. It's the system. I didn't create it, and neither did you.
I don't give two shits about the system. I care about my sister.
She left a note. That's it. It's over. That's all the jury will hear, and they will not care about the rest.
And make them care. It's your fucking job.
Even if she wasn't murdered, what are the chances she would have made it out alive, huh? She left a note. She bought a gun. She was going to kill herself.
Shut up!
I'm sorry, Miss Walker.
Can I excuse me for a moment?
Please, Miss Walker, I didn't mean to.
Hey, Mr. Lawyer-Man, where does what's-his-face send you on your Christmas cruise if you manage to not taint your 100% success rate with somebody else's fucking problem, huh? Matter of fact, check your watch. You're meant to be wrapping this up sometime soon anyway. Got a quota to fill after all. Kids to be, probably. At least a wife. She's young, I'll bet. And she's so fucking proud to have a lawyer for a husband, isn't she? Don't act like you don't see me. Tell me, Joe, when was it that you realized that you were absolutely powerless to do anything at all? That everything you worked for and studied for and cared about, everything that you put your heart and soul into, was ultimately void in the esteemed court of law and justice? I hope you're getting a good bonus for this.
Miss Walker, please.
Sit down, Mr. Hawkins. I want you to know. I want you to know that wasn't the last time I saw my sister.
It wasn't.
No. The last time I saw my sister alive, I was 23. She tried to stay in contact those years we were separated. She made a lot of promises, swore that when she turned 18, she'd come and get me, and then she didn't. And when she finally did show up at my door, you're right, I didn't even recognize her. It was the ghost had shown up at my door. Mr. Hopkins, I don't know if my sister was a good person. I don't know if she truly intended to die, but my sister is dead, and perhaps this was inevitable. There's nothing I can do to change this fact, no matter how much it may hurt me, but she deserved a chance for someone to try and save her. She deserved a chance to change her mind, and that was taken from her. And now there's nothing left of her to even confirm or deny where she even wants to be buried. Do you think that's right? The thing is, when you've been pushed down and belittled and abused and just told to be fucking quiet your whole life, you get very good at finding ways to make sure that you're heard. What does the police report say, Mr. Hopkins? Did she put up a fight?
Yes. There seems to be signs of a struggle.
I want to press charges against Owen Burke.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay.
Let's get to work.